Hello friends, welcome into the Cowboys Report. I am your host, Tom Downey. Go follow me on Twitter at whatgoingdown.
Hello friends, welcome into the Cowboys Report.
I am your host, Tom Downey. Go follow me on Twitter. Nobody else has out there. But first, I did want to focus in on the news side of things. Namely, let's talk about Alfred Morris and what's going on that one. Because everyone's freaking out about it and what it means to the Dallas Cowboys with the signing of Alfred Morris and all of that. So we'll break down the signing and, of course, what it means for the future of Ezekiel Elliott, and why maybe it's not as big of a deal as everybody seems to be making it out. But as I'm sure you all know by now, the Cowboys have signed Alfred Morris. It is a one-year deal worth the vet min. Now, it's going to have a 103 base salary, 103K, which is more because Alfred is older than most players. By the way, there is a 90K bonus if he makes the team. I think that is noteworthy because it means there's added incentives for Morris to actually be on the team, and means the Cowboys aren't necessarily guaranteeing him that right now. And the Cowboys did want more depth with Ezekiel Elliott out. This, however, did cause a bit of a panic around the Dallas Cowboys because Alfred Morris is here. Oh no, they've signed him to replace Ezekiel Elliott. I am not going to go that far at this point. I think he's a little bit more than a camp body, but think about what the Cowboys had right now at the running back spot. They had 6 career carries. You have to at least cover your base a little bit here when it comes to the Dallas Cowboys and Alfred Morris. So Morris here, look, his numbers, let's be real here, they haven't been that great. Like you see the 4.8 yards per carry, that's deceptive though. I'll break down why a little bit, but first everyone, let's get some baseline numbers here. What's your panic level at with Zeke right now? Let me know in the comment section. Get on a scale of 1 to 10. 1 means you're not worried. 10 means you are freaking out and you think Zeke's never going to show up to the Dallas Cowboys. The signing of Alfred Morris doesn't really change my panic meter. I'm still kind of more in the 4 to 5 range. I'm not going to adjust drastically just because Alfred Morris is here. Now, several of you were like, oh, Alfred Morris has averaged almost 5 carries last time he was here, especially national media. Yeah, here's the thing, though. Of his 115 carries, 1 of them went for 70 yards. So let's pull away that 70-yard run, and Alfred Morris averaged less than 4 yards per carry in his time with the Dallas Cowboys. Alfred Morris is better than Darius Jackson. I think that's a key reason why he's here. But Alfred Morris is not a solution if the question is, how do we replace Ezekiel Elliott? Alfred Morris can help you. He's better than Jackson. He's better than Mike Weber at this moment. And he brings you a different type of back than the Cowboys had on their roster. If you are operating, even just for week 1 of the preseason of, we're not going to have Zeke here, well, Mike Weber is a traditional back, i.e. less of a pass catcher. Jordan Shun fits that mold as well, but Weber's a 7th-round pick. Jordan Shun is okay. Meanwhile, Tony Pollard, well, he's a little bit more of a scat back type, so too is Darius Jackson. So I believe that Mike Weber is here not to replace Ezekiel Elliott. He is not the answer to that question. But if the question is, geez, how do we get more depth here? How do we get someone that also knows the system? Because let's not kid ourselves, the Kellen Moore offense is not drastically different than the Skyline offense. The presentation is different, but the playbook isn't like a totally revamped 180. So Morris comes in to give the Cowboys some extra depth. By the way, he visited after the Saints. After he visited the Saints before he signed with the Cowboys. I think Dallas had Morris pegged as their insurance plan. Worst case scenario insurance, just like the minimum renter's insurance, just to make sure you're covered. And when they saw the Saints have interest in him, they kind of said, let's just get it done right now. By the way, no player needs to be cut to replace Alfred Morris because Zeke is already on the reserve suspended list, doesn't count against the 90-man roster. All right, guys, make sure you are subscribed to us here on the Cowboys Report. If you're watching on Facebook, the link is below. But you're watching on YouTube right now, almost 500 of you. I don't think you're all subscribed. I also know there's some people who watch the show but don't subscribe, which I think is always funny to me because the easiest way to know if we have a new show or a new video up is just to subscribe. So hit us up with that subscription. Get us to 30K. I want that before week 1 of the NFL preseason. Let's move now to Zeke and what all this means and what's going on in the freakout. So for Zeke here, I'll make note, yes, he is in Cabo training right now. I know the national media reaction is, wow, Zeke's going to a touristy place to party, which isn't really true. Cabo, technically it is closer to Oxnard than Dallas, and B, that's where Zeke went during his 2017 suspension, when he came back shredded, by the way. But the bigger freakout has been over Jerry Jones's comments, and it's definitely been an over-the-top reaction. Here's the first part of the quote from Jerry Jones, the one that I am sure you've all seen. The point there is, you don't have to have a rushing champion to win a Super Bowl. Emmett was the first one to do it. That's one of the dilemmas at running back, is that the league knows you can win Super Bowls and not have Emmitt Smith back there or not have Zeke back there. Many of you are like, wow, this means Jerry doesn't want Zeke, which is not true. But here's the thing, as Adam Torres says, Jerry ain't wrong. Show me the lie. I know that Jerry won all the Super Bowls with Emmett, but the reality is in today's NFL, the only other team to do it with a rushing champion is Terrell Davis. Now, you do need a running game, but you don't have to have an elite running back. I mean, think how good Adrian Peterson was. More on him, by the way. Why do you don't need Adrian Peterson there. You don't need a Zeke. Now, with that said, this is the other part of the Jerry Jones quote, and this one is also right, but has been completely ignored. You've got to do all of the things along with having Zeke that allow you to have other players so that you can win the Super Bowl. That's what we're going through. I.e., we're trying to balance paying everybody and still having other money to sign other players. Like, everyone wildly overreacted to this one. Absolutely overreacted to this entire topic, this entire conversation. It was definitely too much of a freak out there. I am surprised by the way things have been handled. It didn't make a ton of sense to me. I am very surprised how many media members here, focused only on the second part, or the first part. It's just weird to me. Now, there is some other updates here on Zeke. Namely, per Jane Slater, the Cowboys don't like the structure of the Todd Gurley deal, and Dallas instead wants to reset the market for running backs. Now, Slater didn't add anything in terms of what that actually means. What it probably means is, though, and I think this is very accurate, is that Dallas wants to lower and adjust the guarantees. This was the Todd Gurley contract. 4 years, $57.5 million, and that becoming a little bit low because he didn't hit incentives in year one. 45 of that is guaranteed. That's over 8% of the cap based on the year it was signed. That is a significant amount of money and more than running backs out there, which I think is very, very noteworthy. Now, the cap hit versus dead money side of things. I think this is where the Cowboys have interest. 2018, when that deal was signed, is really where Zeke is right now. Where the cap hit goes up, it was $7 million cap hit, up from what was going to be like $2 million, to $24 million in dead money. 2019, which again would be next year for Zeke, in terms of this timeline, 9.2 versus almost 35 in dead money. Then in year 3, 17.25 versus 25.65. That's noteworthy. That's a lot of money to pay towards a back here. Meanwhile, 2021, 13.2 versus 8.4. So you could cut him, which is, again, 4 years after you sign that deal, but it's still expensive. It doesn't save you all that much. In reality, you kind of locked yourself into your back for 4 years. That's, I think, kind of a big deal here. So that's the updates there on the Todd Gurley and the Zeke Elliott and all that stuff there. I do think it's noteworthy. Now, question for you guys. What should the Cowboys do for Zeke? Type P for pay him, T for trade, and W for wait. Let me know in the comment section. P for pay, T for trade, W for wait. Let me know what you guys think. I will make note here. We did put this on the channel here too. Pay him got 59%. Trades got 14%. And waits got 27%. I will make note, the pay him has dropped down to 59%. That's a little bit lower than what it was earlier, even weeks ago. Even a couple days ago, it was up more like 63, which is still in the margin of error, but I think that's noteworthy. All right, another little note here. Shout out associate producer Brett for adding this one in the comments section. I'm going to have to follow along here as we go. According to a lawsuit, the Dallas Cowboys and Ezekiel Elliott conspired with the Frisco Police Department to cover up info from a 2017 car crash that would have sidelined Zeke for a crucial playoff game. This was just before the Packers playoff game. So let's see what happened. Here's the quote, by the way, from the attorney in charge of the lawsuit here. Zeke believes he's above the law, doesn't follow any rules. As a citizen and a member of our community, has a duty to obey the law and act responsibly. All right, let's see here. At the time, remember, Frisco police here put out a statement that said it was a minor accident. By the way, the suit also claims that if anyone actually reported the impact of the incident, Elliott would have been placed in concussion protocol and out of the Cowboys playoff game. So apparently, this was hidden up so Zeke could avoid the game. Also, by the way, the plaintiff is suing Zeke for $20 million. Okay, I don't want to jump to conclusions here, but this is from 2017. It's over 2 years old. Also, there isn't a car crash in the history of 2 car crashes that's worth $20 million. This very much feels like a money grab. The timing of this all is Zeke is holding out after his most recent incident there. I'm going to go with doubt. I'm going to go with doubt on this one. By the way, the damage to Hill's car, allegedly, was $33K. So, call me crazy. I have a very difficult time seeing this as anything other than a money grab. That's what this looks like to me. So, Ronnie Hill, who's suing, go get the bag. If you can actually do it, because I don't know if you're going to be able to. Because if the police say this was a minor incident, Zeke says it was a minor incident, everybody says it was a minor incident, maybe it's just a minor incident there. Don't know. Let me know what you guys think, though, in the comments section. Hey, Cowboys fans, thanks for watching the Cowboys Report. If you haven't already, click right here to subscribe to our channel for all the best Cowboys coverage on the internet. That's news, rumors, highlights, mailbags, film studies, and a whole lot more. And I'm making your lives a little bit easier as well with the next Cowboys Report video right here.